Hi, I am Alexis Marie Thompson, and I am here for a song.
As I strode past the routine, Narcan responders, I savored a yellow, candy-coated chocolate, helped a cashier win a contest, and I've tasted nothing so sweet. And I thought of the baby I lost last week, and it's happened before, but this time I did weep, 'cause he'd be a good father, and she was the one I would keep.
And I don't believe in reasons for things that occur, but I watch how time blossoms and the patterns of the birds, and I'm finding little answers in my fears. There's nothing so sweet.
There's nothing so sweet. There's nothing so sweet. I've been running from sugar, so sugar won't happen to me. And my Papa Jack, he never held me. He drank too much, he died in his sleep, but he planted a garden and 2 big golden pear trees. And his wife with a broken heart danced in their home. She drank sugar to feel less alone, and she died on the hardwood next to their old gramophone. I remember that summer, 1993, I found pears in a bucket there on Center Street, and I ate the whole bushel, and I've tasted nothing so sweet. There's nothing so sweet. There's
Nothing so sweet. I've been running from sugar, so sugar won't happen to me. Now moon glow blossoms across from me. It shades the doors of the parish, and the garden of beads, and a cardinal sings. And I've heard nothing so sweet. There's nothing so sweet. There's nothing so sweet. I can't run from sugar, 'cause sugar is gonna happen.
I can't run from sugar, 'cause sugar's gonna happen.
I can't run from sugar, 'cause sugar's gonna happen to me.
I had written this chord progression on the banjo and recorded it like on my voice recorder on my phone, and I had like walked to the Dollar General and I forget what I went up there for, probably like nails or something, because I just moved in. And I bought, they had this little stand that was like, help the cashier win this contest, buy some M&Ms or whatever.
Right.
And I really like peanut M&Ms, so I bought the peanut M&Ms, and I'm walking home, and it was really sunny, and it was just like a really pretty day, and I like remember looking and having this yellow peanut M&M, and I was like, this is so good. And as I put the peanut M&M in my mouth, I'm walking, there was a Narcan responder, you know, going into a house, and they just didn't seem phased.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so routine that I was like, it really hit me, you know. And so I wrote that line in my head, because I was also listening to this chord progression, you know, trying to come up with lyrics, and I wrote that line in my head. I wrote a bunch of other lines about Carrick on my way home, which I didn't keep all of them, but yeah, just kind of flowed. I came home and wrote it.
Okay, so that after that walk, you like the rest of it came out, and then editing and it's sugar.
Yeah.
Does the second verse is like full on storytelling, in the best way? Does that come from imagination or like part like realistic fiction? Like where are you pulling from?
100% true. My Papa Jack died before I was born, and he was an alcoholic, so liver problems. And then I remember my grandma Susie, his wife, she would tap dance with us on the hardwood floor in the dining room, and we would listen to the Beach Boys and dance all the time. But she also is diabetic. And didn't really take care of herself, and she passed away because of that. And that verse about the bucket of pears, I didn't eat a whole bushel of pears, but I just remember so vividly this big white bucket of pears on the back porch, and they were rotting, and I was like, those are like the pears Papa Jack planted, like why aren't they getting eaten, you know? I was a kid, but I remember eating them and always thinking like my Papa Jack planted these, you know,
so I adore that the song is called Sugar, because of it speaks to all the vices,
especially addiction, but
but I mean I'm addicted to sugar, you know, like,
Yeah.
and a lot of alcohol is made out of sugar, you know, so this is like a great bittersweet song about like too much of a good thing almost, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally.
Do you have anything else you want to unpack about that, like in the craft wise, or like?
Well, craft wise, it's something I know, like it's never gonna. No one's going to hear this in the song. Maybe like my family would know it, but my grandma Susie also had a baby who died.
Okay.
He did, like, I think he was almost a year old.
Oh wow.
But she did lose a baby, and so there is like that connection too in there that I made. And a friend of mine had told me that when a cardinal sings, that means an angel is near. So that's where the cardinal verse comes from. But I don't think that, you know, that's not going to translate. Not everybody's going to know that, but those things to me connected in there mean a lot too. So
I'm just blown away by like the intentionality of every, like the fact that that you're pulling from people's beliefs, that you would kind of the folklore that has been passed through, the oral tradition has passed through you, and it's like there's not a bit of fluff in there. It's like it's very
every line was very intentional, from not believing, I don't believe in reasons for things, to like, oh, I saw a cardinal, right? It ends with that.
It's so well constructed.
Thank you.
And then so there's nothing so sweet. I've been running from sugar, so sugar won't happen to me. Like how does that wordplay fall in? Because it makes sense in the song, but it doesn't make sense when I like.
Right. It's for me. I at that point was also like, I won't let myself have what I want.
Okay.
Like restricting yourself, trying to be
disciplined. People call
disciplined. Like, don't eat too much sugar. Don't eat count how many calories you get. Whatever. Don't drink too much alcohol. And and just that whole like, yeah, this self-discipline that's nice, when you do let yourself have what you want. I don't know, I just think everyone's gonna eventually let themselves have what they want, so that's what it gets down to. I mean, that line can be taken, I feel like, two ways, like, oh gosh, sugar's gonna happen to me, it's gonna be terrible, or like, it's gonna be good, and it's hopeful for me, like,
Right.
it's a hopeful verse, but I know it could be taken the other way.
Yeah, I mean, it's ominous.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like this thing, sugar, that's named, but like is abstract enough, but we don't know what that specifically is.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna happen. Like, I'm running from it. You know, it's simply set up to be a scary feeling thing.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that the whole thing too with my grandma Susie, like, I don't know that she was dancing when she died, but I like to think that, and you know, and it is a lot about love too. This song is about, you know, if you lose somebody you love and then you're like pretending you're dancing with them and that's how you die, like, that's the most beautiful like thing. Yeah. You know, so I've tended to always, since I was a child, like, find beauty in darkness. And so I understand this song, like, it seems very heavy and is very heavy for most people, but for me it's like super hopeful. Yeah. So, yeah.
And I think it's beautiful, and I love that it ends. I love that you changed the refrain at the end to like, I can't run from it because it's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
It's who you are.
Yeah.
not to like condone addictions or anything like that, but yeah, maybe don't be so restricted. That's kind of what I think the song means to me.